Cellos. Welcome back, people. Welcome, motherfucking back. It's the Critic Corp. I am Toke. This is my little anime corner review on X-Men 97, episode 4. Fucking, this episode is kind of mid to me. Like, compared to, the previous 3. This one was probably the least interesting one in my eyes. Um, it was kind of a downer, a letdowner. I feel like they kind of knew it was going to be trash because they jammed 2 episodes in one. Now, mind you, the runtime of these episodes are usually only about 30 minutes, give or take. You know, taking into consideration with the recap and the little intro. So both episodes, both parts in this episode were about 15, 14 minutes, give or take each. The first half was really just, I don't know. The second part of the episode was a little bit more, attention gainer than the first half. The first half was just about Jubilee and her turning 18 and her wanting to, relive, her life. Just reminiscing on the good times and fucking, wanting to live like, or, enjoy and celebrate her birthday like a fucking normal person for once. And she wanted to go to an arcade. Magneto shut that down. Her and Roberto end up getting sucked into this game system called Nintendo. I felt like they did that so they wouldn't get sued, Nintendo and shit. That was funny, but yeah, they end up getting sucked into inside this game by this interdimensional alien named Mojo, and he's he's pretty much using them as his test run on the game, and you know, seeing how all the feats run out, run its course and shit, and if they die in the game, they die in real life, all that shit, and every obstacle or mission or challenge of the game is a representation of the past with the whole X-Men. So Jubilee is just reminiscing through that, living her past life, all that shit. A digital replica of Jubilee ends up surfacing and coming to their rescue, saving them, and all type of shit. They end up beating Mojo, and yeah. But the second half, which was called Life Death Part 1. So I feel like the Nets one part, and the Nets episode is going to fucking heat right back up. I feel like this one was just kind of a build up, in a sense. I don't know. But yeah, they fucking went back to focusing on Forge and his attempt to get Storm's powers back and shit. And it was kind of a more we it was kind of a more of a insight, or discovery on Forge's his whole backstory, and what he really is, like how is he this guy that's supposed to be the key to restoring back Storm's powers and whatnot. And I guess he's a mutant. He's a fucking mutant who can like invent things, invent anything that he conceives. He can like really he can really access parts of the brain that most normal human beings can't. And that's pretty much like his power. So he's like really really highly intelligent, I guess you could say. Probably more smarter than Beast. Um, and probably like nah. I wouldn't say he's as smart as Sinister. He's probably like he's probably like a step below Sinister, if anything. Because come to find out, this man is the he's behind the doing of the whole device that's stripping mutants of their powers. Because he was in the war and shit. Like his back said, we got to know his backstory a little bit. He was in the war. This man ends up getting getting the government to allow him to further his research and give him his space and all type of shit. But in return, they wanted him to build a certain device to fucking snatch powers away from mutants and whatnot. And at the time, he was like he was kind of just he didn't really see what the big picture was. He was like kind of just like like, oh shit, bet, I'm poor, I'm down on my nuts. They're willing to give me this, this chance. The government, like, after because I guess he's been through a lot with the war and fucked up his leg, his hand, so he was like useless in the field type of deal. And the government um gave him you know gave him a chance and made him feel useful in other areas with his intelligence and whatnot. So you know he he's like real gullible and just easy to manipulate from the government. And Storm ends up snapping on him once she finds out about this shit, and like pretty much cutting to his ass, like, how can you believe Washington and just the government and period. You can't trust the government, bro. There's some dirty ass motherfuckers. They really really conniving and just, man, they lie. They tell you what you want to hear, type of deal. But yeah, once she figures all that out, she storms off. Get it? Storms off. But she gets the hell out of there in just pure anger. Um, Still doesn't have her powers because the attempt that Forge made with creating a machine. He tried to create a machine to like uh safely channel such power in Storm instead of like trying to create a machine to invert the doing of stripping the power. But yeah, like I said, it didn't work out and shit. So yeah, she's riding off on this horse and shit, and uh ends up getting hit by the storm or whatever, and ends up right back in his house. She ends up falling off the cliff, ends up right back in his house, um, and then this creature, raven looking thing, ends up coming about, and just uh, threw Forge to the side and snatched up Storm, and the way it ended is looking like he trying to feast. He trying to feast upon her. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much how this whole episode went. I can't really pinpoint how the next one's gonna go. Um, Hopefully we can get more of a insight on what the fuck that creature is and like how it came about and whatnot. I don't even know. It may be an owl even. No, it looked like a raven. I don't know. It looked very weird. I don't know. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like and subscribe. Support the motherfucking corp. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode as well. And I will be back fucking tomorrow with Invincible. So yeah, it's the season finale of Invincible, I believe. So stay tuned for that. And so be it. Toodles.